Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It's Clay from Clay's Collections. Just let me zip up my zip just a little so you don't have to see my t-shirt. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Greatly appreciate that. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell thingy for notifications. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video, which lately is not so regular, but we get videos uploaded. And yeah, and please hit the like button if you like the video. If you don't, that's okay. And feel free to make comments. I respond to all the comments. I may miss one or two every once in a while, but I try to respond to every single comment. Let's put it that way. And so today we have a very small haul, but I just wanted to talk about a few things that I found and to look for when you're out shopping and you want to find some great items for resale, because you never know. And today I went to a thrift store and it delivered beyond what I expected. So it was really good. So first off, a week ago, a little over a week ago, I was driving somewhere, saw an estate sale sign. So I stopped, and it was in a condo building, and it's a condo building that I've been to another estate sale for a couple years ago, and it's a high-end condo building. It's pretty pricey. I wouldn't be able to afford to buy a condo there, and they're very nice units. They're built in the 80s, I believe, but very well maintained. It's a gated community, actually. They have gates all around it. Beautiful building, beautiful furnishings, very large apartments, and so you usually can find some really nice stuff. Now, I happened to stumble upon this. I didn't know that it was going on. I just saw the estate sale sign, turned in there, saw it was in this building, and got excited. So I went up to the unit. It was the second day, so everything was 40% off except for jewelry. Jewelry was 15% off. So obviously they were not wanting to sell the jewelry for substantially less than what they felt it was worth. And that's okay, because I didn't go looking for jewelry. But I did find some other things that I thought would do well in my booth at an antique store. I sell only through a brick and mortar store called the Pink Elephant in downtown Hopkins, if you guys haven't heard of it. And I do well there, although things have been slow. November and December have been actually my slowest months of the year, which for most people it's the highest months of the year. But again, I had very little Christmas stuff, and I sold a lot of what I had. I do sell Christmas books, but when we moved a couple months ago, I had a very large stack of them, which would have done well, but I can't find them. They're in the garage somewhere, and the garage is full of stuff. So I didn't have a lot of merchandise to put out, Christmas-related merchandise. And what I have is sold, and sold well, so I don't have very much of it left. And the other stuff that I have, some of it would be kind of gift-oriented, but a lot of it not. So anyway, that's how I sell my merchandise. I am considering, things were almost at the first of the year, I am considering reopening my eBay store for specific things. And one of the items I will talk about today is an item that I would sell on eBay, because to try to get it at the antique store, I would never sell it. So there's certain things that are good for, eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, whatever, that would not do well at a brick and mortar store. So I always keep that in mind when I'm buying stuff. But I do buy certain things that I know I can make some really good profit on if I sell it on eBay. So I've kind of been building those up over the last couple of years that I haven't been on eBay, thinking that I might do it again. So watch. Come January, I might reopen my store. It's called Clay's Collections, just like my YouTube channel. And I'll announce it if I do. So anyway, what I found at the estate sale, and it was 40% off. Coffee mugs were $1. So this particular one is a Twin Cities mug with all of these old stores on it, ones that don't exist, like Dayton's doesn't exist anymore. Teener's Theatricals, that one is still actually around. Porky's, Uncle Sam's, Bastard. Charlie's Cafe is no longer around. So that tells me they closed, I believe, in the 80s. So this mug is, there's the dollar on there. And Charlie's, I had a bunch of the little ice cream, silver-plated ice cream cups that they have, and I've sold those at the Pink Elephant. I polish them up and then sell those for like $10. I got a whole slew of them at an auction one time. So anyway, so this mug will be great. I sell my mugs for usually around $5, $6, $7, depending upon what they are. And so 60 cents to $5 is a great profit for me. So the other things, let's see. I found more than just this, but I think the other things were personal, and then I've already using them. And anyway, they had some books. So I picked up this one because it's the Jewish calendar for soldiers and sailors, 1943. So this is a World War II related book. So as many of you know, I deal right now mostly in antique books. That's my primary category. And so I picked these up when it's got multiple categories of interest. So this has Jewish interest, it has World War II interest, it has historical interest in that is, over 60 years old, well, almost 80 years old, over 80 years at this point, and in calendars. And it's a small miniature book. I like small books. So it hits a number of different categories. And I also picked up this one on the Passover. New Revised Edition by Rabbi Goldberg. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but actual Hebrew books go from back to front from our normal books. So that's why it seems weird. But this is the front of the book, and it opens like this, and you read. Opposite of how we're used to reading. So yeah, so those were a couple interesting books that I found. In the coffee mug, I spent $4. And again, that's what it was. I bought some Kleenex, new in the package, because they're expensive and they were $1, so that was 60 cents for the box. And something else I bought for us, personal use. So those are the kind of things I pick up. But before I get into the next two items that I picked up today at the thrift store, I wanted to share with you guys something. Cindy and I were unpacking our pictures because we were doing a downstairs in our dining area, and I have a home tour video coming up. I'm still in the middle of editing it, so it's coming. So please keep your eyes open for that. But we were doing this picture wall, and so we were going through all of our family pictures that we've had over the years, and we found this one. I don't know where it's been for the last few years, but that's me when I was a little kid. Look at that toothless grin I had. Isn't that fun? Wasn't I cute? Still am. Anyway, I just had to share that with you guys. So that's what back when I was a little guy. And Mom, I'm sure you remember that picture. Anyway, that was fun. So I went to, I had a massage today at my chiropractor's office. And whenever I'm there, it's right next to the thrift store. So I go into the Able Light thrift store in Minnetonka. And as some of you know, if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, there's a certain embroidery hoop I keep my eyes open for. I always called it the royal trifecta. I look for Princess, Duchess, and Queen are the three brands that I sell, and I sold on eBay and did really well selling those. Queen is the most expensive, and why I have yet to figure out why the Queen embroidery hoops are so sought after, that people are willing to pay hundreds of dollars for an embroidery hoop. But they do. So that's why I always keep my eyes open, and people laugh at me when I tell them this story. And many times I found them for a quarter, 50 cents, maybe $1. And today I actually paid up because I paid $2 for a Queen embroidery hoop. First time I found one at Able Light, and I've been looking for years at Able Light for one of these, and I was so excited to find one. It is an oval one as opposed to a round one. Now, this one also is missing its felt. So, if any of you happen to know how to refelt an embroidery hoop, that would be great. I And where to get the felt. I assume you can just buy some and cut it to size, and then it feels like it was glued down. So, and what happens is because it's wool felt, moths get into it, and then they eat it, and that's why many people have to replace it. So, I think it would be interesting because I've done a quick search trying to find any information on felt for embroidery hoops and haven't really been able to find any. So if I find it and figure out how to do it, I'll do a video on how to do it, because obviously nobody's capitalizing on this great idea of how to refelt a embroidery hoop. I want to know. So if I want to know, I'm sure somebody else wants to know. Anyway, all right. So then while I was there, I always do their end caps because that's where they have some of the nicer items at this particular store. So I'm looking down the end caps and I look on the very bottom shelf, clear to the back. It didn't have many things on it, but I noticed this little glass vase with these flowers sticking out of it. And I thought, oh, those are kind of cute, little lilies. And this little petal is struggling, needs some help. But I went to pick it up and I was like, man, that thing is heavy. This is a very, very heavy vase. And so I went to, and I looked at the price, and here's where I struggle because I don't have my glasses on. $2.99, $3. And I could tell right here on the rim was some engraving. So it was signed. So I thought for $3, I'm buying it. And I don't know if you can see it on camera. I can't even see the camera. Where is the camera? Wrong glasses. Need my long distance. Oh, there we go. See if yeah, you can see a little bit of it there. See? And this is a Costa Boa base. It's part of what they call their Royal Art Collection. And this was made by a specific artist. This is circa 1960. And this thing is in beautiful condition. It's got a textured finish to it. And it's just beautiful. So I looked it up. $365 for this little vase. Somebody's asking on eBay. So I'm like, and I knew it was Costa, once I saw Costa, I knew it was a Costa Boa piece, but that was quite there. And I love the arrangement, so I just might keep it for a while. That's kind of what I do when I find more valuable pieces, because I'm working full time. We really don't need the money per se, but I kind of like set this aside for retirement, knowing that most of the stuff that I pick up for very little money will only appreciate in value over time, right? So if I need the money in 10 to 20 years from now, I can sell this maybe for $500, and I've only got $3 in it, so that's a great return on my investment. So that's kind of my mindset sometimes. And Cindy's like, oh, if it's worth that money, sell it. I'm like, yeah, but I want to enjoy it too, right? And that's the nice thing about this business. If you're not doing it full time, if you're doing it full time, then you need to turn around to keep the cash flow. But if you're doing it as a part-time hobby, you can enjoy the piece. And again, I might enjoy it for a year and then decide, no, it's time to go. But that's the fun to me. It's the hunt. It's finding these pieces and then enjoying them for a period of time, and then saying, bye, I'm going to turn you into cash now. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this little video with not too many things, but there's some things I hope you learned. I learned. Anyway, catch you guys next time.